Hello friends, welcome to this fun episode. Today we're gonna make something super special, a Mexican traditional piñata, the 7-point star piñata. Join Bruno and I in this fun episode. I wanted to use a big balloon, and the only one that I could find at the store was this one that has like this shape. I think it's supposed to be like a toy, but I like it because it's bigger than a regular balloon, and also when I inflate this one, it's gonna look like a sphere instead of more like a egg shape. But if you couldn't find something like this, a regular balloon is fine. It will work perfect. The only difference will be that it will be more like a egg shape, and also the size. This one is bigger. That's the only difference, but it still works. Let's start inflating our balloon. You don't need to use a pump, but I think it's the easiest way. We're gonna knot the balloon. Gonna cut this. I'm gonna make a knot in this part. It will be helpful for later once we have our balloon all wet and covered with newspaper. It's gonna be way easier to carry it. I like to use a bowl to hold the balloon. It makes it easier to work with the newspaper and cover all the balloon. I'm just gonna put this part at the bottom. I'm gonna start with my mix of glue, and then we're gonna mix it with water. Use half and half glue and half water. We're gonna mix it, and then we're gonna cut the newspaper. I like to cut big pieces in different shapes. I think it's helpful because sometimes, depending on the part of the balloon that you are working with, it's just easier to have like different shapes. So yeah, like this is the size that I think it's like a good size. And you start putting some glue, but also it's very helpful just to put the newspaper on the glue directly and just start putting. Okay, sometimes it's way easier to use just a hand, so I think that I'm at that point that I'm just gonna go all the way and use my hands. I love paper mache. I think it's super fun to make. Once you finish, the first layer is gonna look like this, and this is just the first layer. So we're gonna do this 7 more times, okay? For the last 2 layers, I'm using large pieces like this to cover more space. Finish. I'm gonna use a bowl to place the balloon and let it dry. And I'm just gonna finish to glue the ends of the paper. And we're done. We just have to wait to let it dry and see you soon. My favorite step. Let's start with the cones. For this step, you will need your crepe paper or tissue paper, the colors that you would like to be covering your piñata. I will use pastel tones. I like to use crepe paper because it's more thick, and I find a lot of variety of colors online. So you can also use different alternative of papers. Like, let me show you, 1 second. You can find these at the store, almost like all the dollar stores or like grocery stores sell them. And also you will be able to find something like this in the craft stores, or some grocery stores, they carry tissue paper too. So no worries if you can find crepe paper, you can use this as an alternative and it will work great. For the cones, we're gonna use something called poster board. I found it at the dollar store and they are around like 70 cents each. And they look like this. I really like these ones, and you can make 2 cones out of 1. So you will need 4 in total because we need to make 7 cones. I'm just gonna fold them in 2 and then just cut them with scissors. Here I have my 7 here. For this step you will need also some tape. I like to use paper tape. You're gonna grab your corner and you're gonna roll until the other end. And you can close it a little bit once you're on the other corner. You can adjust the size. And kind of like compare with your piñata if you like it, and then you can grab the inside corner and pull it. You can also adjust the measure of the cone. So if you pull the inside corner, you can adjust the measure of the cone. I like it like this. So I'm gonna close it here. I'm gonna put an extra tape here. And for the next step, I'm just gonna cut the extra board. And I'm gonna press like this, so I can kind of see where my cones end. And just cut it here. I'm gonna cut around 1 inch, and I'm gonna make cut like this. Okay, and then we're gonna fold out. First cone, done. So to have all your cones look the same, use your first cone as a mold and then just roll over. Then tape. It's easier if you have the tape already cut. I forgot to do it, so I'm struggling a little bit, but just do it before rolling your cone. It's just easier. So you're gonna have something like this, and then you just pull out your cone. And the same, I'm gonna cut all the excess of the board. For this, I recommend you to have a color combination in mind. Mine is gonna be this color. I will use it for the base, and then for each cone, I will use a different combination. I'm gonna be using this combination twice to cover one cone with yellow, and the bottom I'm gonna be using the purple, and the other cone is gonna be covered with purple, and the bottom is gonna be yellow. I'm gonna be using this twice for 2 cones, and I will be using this one also twice. I will be using this color palette for my piñata, but you can choose the colors you like. These piñatas come in any type of colors, so you can pick depending on the occasion that you are making this piñata. I'm making it for a birthday party. I wanted to look really colorful, and that's why I picked these colors. But if I was making a Christmas piñata, I probably will go with something like green and red. And yeah, let's start it. It's the fun part. So this is how you're gonna cut your paper. You will cut around 1.5 inches. And then you're gonna cut 1 centimeter lines in vertical, like this. Leave a piece at the top without cutting, so everything stays together. Now we're gonna glue the paper to the cone, and we're gonna start at the bottom line. 1.5 inches up. We'll be starting from here to the top. And you can hold it from the inside and just cover all your cone with glue. I recommend you to use a large brush. If not, it's gonna take more time. And I'm gonna start gluing my paper. I'm gonna start here. And then when we are at the top, we just cut the extra paper and use a little bit more extra glue. So now that we finished the 7 cones, we're gonna do the fringe that goes at the tip of the cone. So we're gonna need all the colors again, and I will do the opposite color of my combination. For example, for this pink, I will be doing this purple, and for this purple, I will be doing this pink. For this, I will be cutting 2 centimeters. And then I will unfold the paper, unfold it in 4 parts until it's around, what is this? It's around 40 centimeters long. Here I'm just gonna twist, and then here I'm just gonna cut, and I will do the same with this one. Twist, and then twist again together, the 2 of them. Then I will cut here so they look the same. The tip of the cone is blocked, so I will do a small cut. So when you finish, the fringe is gonna look something like this. And I will do the other ones. Another thing that I really love about the Italian paper is that you can stretch it a lot. Like, this is, here. It's this long, but you can just keep stretching it. The cones are ready, but the core of the piñata is not completely dry. Keep watching. So 48 hours had passed, and now our balloon is ready. So let's pop it. Oh. I'm gonna do a big circle. I'm gonna cut a circle here. The interior of my piñata is actually not dry yet. I pulled this out of the piñata, which is fine because it's gonna dry out better now that it has this big hole. So look at this beauty. It's perfect, it's great, it's gonna be very resistant, and it's ready to decorate. And now we're gonna add the cord. You can use cord. I'm gonna use Rebow, and this is the way that we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it from the bottom because we want it to have more support. We're gonna do 6 holes in total. So we're gonna start, we're gonna do 2 here, 2 here, and 2 at the top. So we're gonna start here. Be careful with this part so you don't hurt yourself. I like to do it this way because it's gonna have more support to hold it with all the candies. It's gonna get more heavy, and we want it to resist all the hits, or a few hits. So yeah, that's a way to do it. I'm gonna start from the bottom, and I'm just gonna push the ribbon inside the hole, and then I'm just gonna pull it, and I want it to go to the other side. And now I'm gonna go from this side to the other side. So I want this double, so I'm gonna put this again inside, and then I'm gonna tie a knot inside the piñata, like this. And then I'm gonna do a knot here. Okay. And then this one, I'm gonna tie it from here. I'm gonna do a knot here. It feels really, really strong. Okay, so the inside look like this. It has a lot of ribbon inside. I'm gonna place my cones the opposite color. I'm gonna place 2 here, next another 2. There are gonna be 2 here and 1 at the bottom. First I'm gonna just place them with some tape, paper tape, and then I will use a stronger tape. But it's getting harder to maintain the cones with this one. I'm gonna start using the stronger tape, and it's gonna be a clear one. I'm gonna do first one side, and then I'm gonna turn it and I will do the other side. So I'm not gonna add the other point until the end. Let's start by doing squares. They are 4 inches by 4 inches, and we're gonna do a lot because we'll be using them to cover the piñata with this. We're gonna take a square and we're gonna twist from the middle, and it's gonna look like this. And then we're gonna glue them to the piñata. You can leave the part folded from the points without covering because we will be using a different paper. So here. I love this texture because it gives so much volume to the piñata. So we're gonna fill it all. Here's my cat Bruno. He's the most amazing cat. This is how he's looking. To cover the bottom part of the cone, I will use the same piece of paper of the strings, and this is around 2 inches. I will start placing, folding like this to cover the bottom. It's gonna look like this. I will place the last cone of the piñata so I can finish to fill it with the mint squares, and then I will finish all the borders from the cones. So I finished to covering all my piñata, and it looks like this. And now I'm gonna add the border to all the cones.